look at about 4.5%. Obviously, it fluctuates from the time of the year. Most of it right now goes to some of the. We pay one person that handles all our social media, which is Twitter, Facebook. We do a lot of podcasts, theagegrouper.com. We sponsor, some of you have mentioned that you heard my voice before on theagegrouper.com. We have about 4 different podcasting groups that podcast out of our store. The gal that does handle all our social media, Molly Lynch, she's worked for us through high school, college, and then we brought her back on about 3, maybe 4 years ago. So it's not like an outside person. She's worked in the store, she knows the business, and so she handles most of that. We do very little print ad. Most of the print ad that we see is just tags from some of the other vendors that's in print ads.
Yeah, we've cut back considerably on our print advertising. Just this year, Yellow Book wanted us to re-up our advertising, and of course I said no to that. So I asked my entire staff, said, when was the last time you looked for a pair of running shoes in a phone book, a retailer? So it was pretty evident. One of the challenges that we've faced is being a retailer, and I've been in business since 1992, is I had to get out of my own way. It's very hard sometimes when you hang on to the past, and there was a fundamental shift in running retail probably about 5 or 6 years ago, where you had people that had grown up in the running boom kind of moving out of the business and moving on to something else. Either they were selling their stores, but a lot of the people that I started with when I started going to symposiums, if you will, are not here anymore. And I see a lot of younger faces, and a lot of you grew up with the medium that we know is so popular today with Twitter and Facebook. I didn't grow up with that. So it's one of my weaknesses. So my job was to go out and hire people or someone that was smarter than I was in this area. And that's not always easy for an owner of a company to do, is to move out of the way. So for us, we spend probably 1.5% on advertising. And we're just now really starting to ramp up how we use Twitter or Facebook. We have close to 60,000 unique users on our email list, so that's quite a bit, and we're just finding now how to use those names to benefit our company, with educational pieces, email blasts and whatnot. So we are really moving ahead, and for me, it's a new frontier. I'm not scared of it. I want to be a leader, not a follower. And I made that decision. So there has to be a fundamental change in the way I look at my business. If I want to survive going forward, I have to grasp, take hold of, and make sure that I'm positioning this company for the future, for my staff, and for myself, of course. So it's been a challenge, and I expect to be spending a little bit more going forward. Because that's what I have to do, and that's probably what my competition is going to do as well. So,
I don't know if I want to give out all my secrets. No, we do a large majority of print ads as well, and we do Google AdWords. Of course, we're online as well, so we, Google AdWords is a big part of our advertising budget, and we have a large advertising budget. We sponsor several triathlon series. We sponsor some professional athletes. We actually, one of the biggest things locally for us, for our store, we have an age group team that they're great. They're just spokespeople out there in the market for us, and they bring a lot of business, and they volunteer a lot of their time too to help us at events and things like that. Yeah, print ads. Yeah, we do. I mean, we do print ads in all the major triathlon magazines and things like that. But advertising, it's kind of one of those things where you have to do it, and I'm not sure if you know exactly how much you get back from the things that you do. I know like on our print ads, we always include like some kind of coupon code or like a link back to our website that, you know, we can check that and see how well that goes. But that's pretty much what we do.
Question for Morgan there. What percentage, because I have seen your business online quite a bit, what percentage of your business is online compared to point of sale?
I would say the breakdown would be about 60-40 online versus store. I've owned the business for almost 2 years now, and the past owner of the business really focused, he was totally focused on internet. He didn't really care about the local market, and we're in a crazy situation, whereas our store is in the back of an office park, so we don't even have a retail frontage in Atlanta. And so that was kind of the main challenge coming for me. And my family background, we're very focused on, I'm a people person. I love being in front of people. And so coming on board, my main thing was to really continue to focus where we were focusing on the internet, but support locally, get involved in the community, and really start trying to grow the local business. And so it's, you know, the local business has grown leaps and bounds. And so, yeah. So what was your question?
Oh, the percentage.
The percentage, yeah. So, but no, so that 40% has increased, and it's, you know, it's getting more towards a 50-50 because our local business has grown so much. But yeah.
Okay.
What percentage of gross sales, gross revenue sales, has been on marketing and advertising?
You know, I should know off the top of my head, but we do. You know, our biggest two expenses, payroll and advertising. And we do. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you either. You know what our advertising budget is based on gross sales. We do lean heavily towards email blasts, and you know, we go to a lot of local races, especially like 5Ks and some local sprint triathlons, Olympic distance triathlons, that kind of stuff, and set up a tent and display shoes that we sell in the store. We'll bring like a Garmin, some of the like sought after products, if you will, like especially depending on the demographic of the event. Like, you know, for us, like the 310, the Garmin 310 is huge at triathlons, and the Newtons, you know, are huge at triathlons, and racing flats are big at triathlons. You know, the lightweight stuff, you know, whereas I'll bring out some meat and potato type trainers, if you will, for the 5Ks. You know, the 2150 would, you know, be one that I would always bring, because everybody always asks about ASICs, you know, at a 5K run for us. But I think, you know, what's been big for us, which has helped us a lot, has been the social media aspect. We have a couple guys in the store that are full-time. One is the guy that puts together all of our advertising, and the other one's our IT guy, and those guys work together on Facebook and Twitter. And I mean, I'm a young guy. I'm 35, and I'm clueless when it comes to that stuff. I mean, I checked my Facebook page like 3 weeks ago, you know, so I get email updates all the time, but I just can't even read it. I don't even understand it. So, you know, these guys are phenomenal, you know, and so, like, you know, I walk into their office every once in a while, and I'm like, hey, are we still doing all that stuff? And they're like, yeah, everything's cool, everything's, you know, and like, I'll see a buddy of mine who's, you know, more savvy in that regard, and, oh, I saw that. I don't even know what the difference between a blog and a post, you know. Hey, I saw that, you know, whatever. And, that's not good that you know that. I don't know. But you know, like we'll do. We had Michael Sandler, the guy that wrote Barefoot Running. We had him in the store not too long ago, and then we did an event with Newton, both in the same month. And so we put that up on Facebook, you know. And I think we have for our store, we don't have a ton, but we have 250 fans. And then we have 20,000 people on an email list. That's 60,000. That's amazing. But we get a real good response back from that. And we don't typically do a whole lot of print advertising. There's a local magazine called The Competitor. I guess that's, you know, now a big parent company or whatever. But so we do some print ads there. But to be honest with you, I really don't know how effective that is. I mean, we kind of do it just because we feel like we have to be out there and our name has to be out there. My dad told me that someone told him once that 50% of your advertising dollars are wasted. You just don't know.